Hi, sweetheart. I will read an article for you from Vera Ingeborg from her website, thewakeupexperience.eu. I will put also the link of her website below so you can check her other articles out whenever you want. And I will start with her actual article. It's called 15 Tips How to Become a Master Alchemist and Transmute Energies. So often we hear about light workers being here to transmute energies and raising the frequency of the planet to help humanity ascend. In the article Why Feeling Like Crap is an Essential Part of Light Work, we had a closer look into the universal energetic dynamics at play and why there is no way around the pain we experience. Nevertheless, there are a lot of good methods to ease the process of transmutation and to get back into balance again. This process is like a boot camp to prepare you for the mission you came here for, helping humanity and planet Earth to ascend. It is not for the faint-hearted and not a walk in the park, but there are many helpful tools to make it as smooth as possible and learn how to be an alchemist, because that is what energy transmutation is all about. And the rewards are real. Doing the work is so worth it. Living in 5D is living in paradise on Earth. It is beyond anything we could imagine when we are still caught up in the 3D matrix. The whole ascension process does not have the goal to keep us in pain. It is a deep cleansing process to free us from old belief systems, fears, and pain. It is meant to spark us, motivate us to heal and go for our heart's desires and dreams. We are to become a true free spirit, our true authentic self. What we will become after the transformation goes beyond our wildest imaginations. When we are living fully anchored in 5D, we live in a place of deep inner peace, harmony, oneness, community, and unconditional love. We are the forerunners to show others the way. Therefore, everything that is not serving us for this goal is stripped of us now. All the 3D stuff we got so used to, and that can hurt as hell. That being said, here are some helpful tips to navigate your own awakening journey and move forward as quickly as possible. And please, don't be upset over a ledge setback. You are always moving upwards. Although it might sometimes feel like being thrown back to zero, it is not the case. See it as taking a step backwards to reintegrate, recalibrate, and to prepare for the next big leap forward. So, number 1, be grateful. First of all, tell yourself again and again that this is happening for a reason. See the bigger picture and start expressing your gratitude for everything that happens for you. The good and the seemingly hurtful or bad things. Nothing happens to you, everything happens for you. Be grateful, especially to those people that hurt you the most on a human level. They are the ones that love you the most on a soul level. They push your buttons to show you where you still carry wounds and where healing is needed. They show you what blocks you from ascending. In the beginning, you might not believe it, but just keep going. It takes some time to reprogram our software from fear to love. A good trick for energy transmutation is having 2 journals. A low-frequency ego journal and a high-frequency love journal. When you are upset, give your ego all the space to judge, to blame, curse, and spit all the anger out onto paper. Once it is done, take some deep breaths and then reread the ego victim story. Find the points in the story you can be grateful for. What does that situation show you or teach you about yourself? What wounds does it show you that still need healing? Who did you meet that you might not have met because of the situation? Then take your love journal and rewrite the story into a story of gratitude. After you are done, burn the ego journal pages. You don't want to read that low frequency stuff again. Of course, you can reread your high frequency soul journal as often as you like. It will help you to stay in higher vibes. You can also use the gratitude app to put down everything you are grateful for and thank the people involved in the universe for the experiences and lessons. Especially the allegedly shitty moments are those that deserve the most gratitude energy, because those are carrying the biggest potential for growth and transformation. Recognize them as chaotic integration phases that are very necessary to get you to a higher level. That is something we even learn in classic change management. A system can only be changed when it goes into chaos first. A rigid structure can never be transformed, no matter if you look into physics, biology, or chemistry. That law is always the same. By rewriting our ego, anger, resentment, and fear story into one of gratitude, forgiveness, fun, and love, we are transmuting the low frequency to a higher one. Second, disidentify with your ego. So, our ego sits exactly between the mental and the emotional body and creates a lot of chaos with our thoughts and feelings. It is a master in leading our mind away from the now, projecting fears that we experience in the past into the future. We are caught up in should have, could have, if I would have thoughts. And are coming up with scenarios what could all happen and interpreting and judging actions of other persons or our own. We blame ourselves, we blame others, we blame the universe. Our ego has got us so wrapped up in fear patterns that we are unable to see the bigger picture and love that is trying to shine through. We are too blind to see that all of this is perfectly orchestrated and is happening for a purpose. That is why it is so important to calm down our little 24/7 chatterbox in our head and teach our ego where its rightful place is. It was always meant to be an advisor and only protect us from real life danger. When we could be eaten by a lion, for example, then of course a fight or flight response is not only helpful but necessary. But our ego is so overtrained by the news, by marketing, education, politics, that it causes a fight or flight response all the time, pretending we are in life danger. No matter if we have a misunderstanding with our partner or parents, a performance review talk with our boss, that is unnatural behavior. And our ego is actually supposed to be quiet most of the time. So, how do we get it back to its natural behavior? We are so used to identify with our thoughts and also our emotions, but we come to that later. That we do not even think of the possibility that those could be an illusion. We ignore the possibility that there might be a reality outside of our thinking patterns. That also happens for spiritually very advanced people. The spiritual ego is hard to detect and can be a real big block in our ascension. I know how it works. My method and knowledge is the only truth. I have been on this path for so long. I don't need any support or feedback. Those are just a couple of examples how you can detect the spiritual ego at play. When still in ego mode, we are blaming, we are judging, we are chasing, we are fighting, because we act out of fear. Thus, it is really important to reprogram our mind and teach it that we are not our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. To do this, every time you catch yourself in thought spirals, take a step back and observe yourself. Observe your ego. See it as this little child that is afraid to die. So love it. Thank it for just wanting to protect you. Tell it that it is not necessary though. It can help to give your ego a name when you talk to it. That helps to disidentify with it. Ask your ego 2 questions when panicking. Am I or someone else dying because of this? Does the planet stop turning because of this? The answer is no. Tell your ego that there is no need to be protective right now as there is no life danger, and send it back to sleep. You can say something like, see, it is not necessary to protect me right now. Sit back, relax, and go on a long vacation. You have been working so hard for such a long time, you really deserve a break. That's a good one. It will fight hard to stay in the lead and shoot all fears it has got onto you. Stay calm. Caress your ego when it freaks out. Tell it that everything is okay and secure. Tell it that you hear its advice and are thankful for it, but that it is just not capable to see the fuller picture. Tell it that you will therefore not take the advice and follow your heart, but that this does not change your love for your ego and that you will not abandon it, but help it to grow. You will have to do that very often in the beginning, because the ego does not want to lose its power. Don't give up. It will get less and less aggressive. If you show it your love, tell it how much more you can be together with the fusion of heart and mind. It will start to trust your heart and step by step will surrender. Another very helpful approach is to practice being in the now. Meditation is something that can be very helpful. Integrate it as a daily habit and start practicing being in the now. That is hard. You will realize even more how the mind jumps from past to future constantly. Learn to watch these thoughts flying by without interpreting them or clinging onto them. Tell yourself, those are just thoughts passing by, it is only energy. They are not me. They do not define who I am. Meditation does not necessarily mean to sit like a Buddha for hours and make oming sounds. All it means is to find a way how to be in the now and experience oneness and inner peace in a worry-free zone. You can have that feeling and that connection to the collective consciousness anywhere. Find out what is best for you. Nature, running, surfing, skating, skiing, hiking, painting, playing music. I want to add cooking. To come into the now. Focus on your senses. Feel, smell, touch, taste, hear, see what is going on in the moment. In these moments, thoughts cannot exist. All you can do is feel a moment, not think it. Once your ego surrendered, you become the free spirit you're supposed to be. And your mind becomes a powerful creator. Your thoughts are the basis for manifestation. If you think fearful thoughts, you create a fearful reality. When your thoughts come from a place of love, you create more and more love for you and around you. Forgive yourself and others. This, for many, is the hardest part to do. Because our ego loves to blame and judge others and ourselves to make them for us feel miserable, unworthy. It keeps us in a victim role. Often we do not even realize it because we are so stuck in our old belief patterns based on human ethics and moral. This is just not the way one should behave. Friends don't do that to each other. If he or she would truly love me. Just some examples to help you detect whether you are still in ego victim mode. These sentences are full of conditional thinking. Those are sentences of conditional love. To reach unconditional love, we have to leave the human level and go onto the soul level. Classic forgiveness work does not go there. It stays on the human level. We might understand the situation of the other person better and why they acted that way, but it still fucking hurts. Forgiveness becomes effective when we add gratitude in the equation. Gratitude for the lessons we learn, for the growth opportunities we receive. That means to accept that there is a higher purpose and bigger meaning behind everything we experience, and that our soul choose these situations to expand our consciousness and grow. A wonderful method to do so is Radical Forgiveness by Colin Tipping. He has a lot of information and free tools on his website. It is a great method to transmute energies from low to high frequencies quickly. Number 4. Accept, embrace, and let go. The second body that needs healing is the emotional body. It hosts our female aspects, the feeling side. This is where we get into the hard stuff. This is where the real boot camp starts. Here we have to face our deepest fears and hurts. We have to be brave, and it is not much fun to experience all the hurt and all the past wounds we had buried so deeply and locked away forever as we thought. But if we want to ascend and live in the fifth dimension, locking away is not an option anymore. We are presented with everything that still needs healing to be able to move into the higher frequencies of 5D. How do we handle that? When pain comes up, the most important rule is don't fight it. Don't blame anyone or yourself, but just accept this as a necessary part of your healing and be grateful for the release. This will transmute the low fear frequencies into high love frequencies quickly. Don't identify with it. We are not our emotions. These are just energies and we are experiencing. They do not define who we are. So accept them, embrace them, and let them go. And that is done by acting out the emotion. If you feel sad, cry. If you feel angry, scream and hit a pillow. Go running. Whatever helps you to get it out of your system. Follow what your body and system wants you to do and feels like doing in that moment. You are guided perfectly. You are guided perfectly. Also in dealing with the pain. In those challenging and painful situations, tell yourself that this too shall pass. Number 5. Heal your inner child. The inner child is the wounded, abandoned, and hurt part within ourselves that recalls those bad memories and delivers the energetic software to our ego with a protection strategy we once came up with to avoid pain or punishment. This part of us is fearful and sabotaging us as an adult. Working with the inner child is often not successful because our adult self is supposed to take over responsibility and give our inner child what it would have needed in the past. Our grown-up self often is in such a bad place that we do not want to take over any responsibility because we do not feel capable. On the other hand, our inner child just looks at our grown-up self and is kind of saying, what, this person is supposed to take care of me and I am supposed to trust him or her? Look at him or her. She is a mess. No thanks. I am better off alone with my learned protective strategies. In addition to that, when people work with their inner child, they often forget that there is not only one version, but 5 versions that have different topics according to the state of evolution and growing up. The infant, the toddler, the preschooler, the schooler, and the young adolescent. To successfully heal the inner child, we need to work through all of them and reclaim all of them to come to a complete healing of the past and rewriting the story. It is recommended to seek support for inner child healing. A neutral person can help to guide and will make sure that neither the adult nor the inner child is sabotaging the process. Number 6. Redirect the energies and find joy. When you are a little more used to the emotional breakouts and not as overwhelmed anymore, you can start to redirect these energies and transform them. This can be arts, journaling, supporting others, dancing, sports, whatever you like to spend your time with. This is the first step into the direction of finding joy again. Step by step, add more things that you enjoy. What makes your heart sing? When do you forget space and time? Traveling, singing, dancing, stargazing, hiking, knitting, painting. Discover what is right for you. Ask your inner child what you truly enjoy and let it come out to play. Discover playfulness. It is very important for us to find joy again and come into the now. This will help to even out the emotional breakdowns. Step by step, you will lift your frequency by adding more joy. The higher our frequency gets, the less space for low frequencies of fear-based emotions such as guilt, shame, sadness, anger. The darkness within us will be absorbed by our light. 7. Love yourself and treat yourself well. Even when in emotional turmoil, always treat yourself the way you would want to be treated by a caring friend. Take good care of yourself. Make yourself a cup of tea. Buy yourself some flowers. Light candles for you. Spoil yourself with a massage. Watch a funny movie and so on. Laughter and humor can help immensely. Look down on your 3D self, taking a 5D perspective and smile about the programming and the struggles they cause. See it like watching your own Truman Show. A big lesson to learn for us is to enjoy time on our own and getting rid of feelings of loneliness. This is a giant step into the direction of self-love. Another wonderful tool for self-love is mirror work. Sit in front of the mirror and look yourself into the eyes. See the beauty and wisdom reflection back at you. Tell yourself in the mirror, I love you. You are beautiful just the way you are. You are perfect. These are just examples for affirmations. Come up with what fits for you. It might take a bit until you start believing yourself. Unfortunately, we are all misprogrammed through all the beauty and fashion magazines telling us what beauty supposedly is. Learn to say fuck that and keep telling yourself how beautiful you are. How beautiful you are. Appreciate your body. Our physical body is the densest part to heal. Our physical body is like the external drive of a computer where all the old emotions are stored that we suppressed and did not release. Additionally, the physical body is changing from a carbon base to a crystalline structure to be able to handle the much higher 5D new Earth frequencies on a permanent level. During this process, we experience all kinds of very uncomfortable ascension symptoms. In addition to that, we struggle with our physical body because it is not the way we want it to be. We think we are too slim, too fat, we don't like the shape of our nose, of our eyes, we have too much or too little hair. So what to do about that? Again, mirror work is a very good exercise. Stand in front of the mirror and start thanking your body and all the organs and parts. Appreciate what they do for you every day. Your body is your vehicle, and let us experience life. It lets you feel, smell, touch, hear, sense, walk, breathe. There are so many things your body does for us. We take for granted. Processing and digesting food, moving, keeping our heart beating, transport vitamins, amino acids to the right places needed, and cleansing out substances that are not good for us. Very often we prefer to ignore its warning signs and blame it instead. It just lovingly wants us to know when it is time to take a break and rest. So appreciate the pain as well. Watch it and find out what it wants to tell you. Again, be aware that our idea of beauty and a perfect body is shamed by social programming. Recognize that this is just an illusion and tell your body how much you love it. A healthy nutrition plays a vital part in our ascension process. The energies coming in are extremely low on the adrenal glands and the thyroid. Food that does not resonate with these frequencies can tax the system further. Low vibrating, dead and processed food can hurt our body very much. Red meat, junk food, sugar, white flour, alcohol, dairy products and additives are just a couple of examples that are damaging our system during the awakening process quite heavily and can even cause serious addictions and illnesses. You will realize that your cravings change throughout the ascension process. You might need more or less food, depending on the energetic activities around you. Say goodbye to the idea you have to eat 3 times a day. Only eat when you feel like it. Your body is very sensitive during the awakening phase. Even green tea or herbal teas with too many different substances in it can make the system go berserk. Start treating your body with healthy food. Enjoy the taste of a freshly prepared meal with love. Make it a special event and be grateful for the healthy meal you are enjoying. When it comes to food, start to observe what it makes you feel alive and what makes you rather tired. We are all different and not everyone can handle the same foods. Learn what your individual system needs. Just follow your cravings. During ascension, we can feel like being pregnant and crave the most awkward things. And we are pregnant, with our new authentic selves to be reborn. When you crave weird things, make it as healthy as possible. Chocolate? Go for dark chocolate, possibly with coconut or rice sugar instead of white sugar and milk. Pizza? There are whole grain and nut cheese alternatives. Be careful with soy. It has a high estrogenic effect and can bring the body even more out of balance. Lemon water throughout the day. Apple vinegar, 1 spoon in the morning, undiluted, and Himalayan pink salt to season your food or in your lemon water. Can be real lifesavers when going through emotional and physical pain, as it has a very calming and cleansing effect. The good thing is, after your body has transformed, you can eat what you want. Your body will not take in any poisoning stuff anymore. You become immune. Give your body what it was actually invented for: movement. It was not made for sitting 10 hours in front of a computer or on a couch. Yes, there are times we need to just lie and recalibrate, and that is perfectly fine. Also, here, follow what your body asks for. Movement does not mean you have to become a marathon runner. A walk in the park and lying on the grass to recalibrate improves your situation quickly. In times you feel more energy, go doing what you love. Running, cycling, dancing, yoga, this will keep your system healthy. Helps to unblock stuck energy and release it. It is very likely that you will experience an emotional breakout while moving your body again. Be thankful for the release and act it out. Another big body related issue we all have to deal with is the programming of sex and nakedness being something dirty and shameful. We feel we don't deserve to enjoy our nakedness and finding pleasure in sex. Also, here, a reprogramming is necessary. Again, the mirror is of great help. Do the same exercise as above, but this time naked. Appreciate every bit of your body and appreciate your naked self. Start loving yourself and your body, stroking it softly. Snuggle it into yourself. Be brave and explore without any shame. Learn that masturbation is something beautiful and natural to experience and can help to cleanse our whole energy system from blockages. Sexual energies are very sacred and are actually the creator energy directly from source. It is time to find back to this powerful energy and to use it for our ability to create, manifest, and to heal this planet. This is the ultimate physical form of self-love. Very often you will experience an energetic release through crying while masturbating. This is a great way of transmuting energies quickly into higher frequencies. Be thankful for it. Our body is a miracle, and we can steer and create it very well. Nothing is set in stone. We are not a slave of our genes, we are the master of it. If you want to find out more about how much you can influence the functioning and the well being of our physical body, check out the amazing research and work in epigenetics of Bruce Lipton. Number 9, sound healing. In our awakening process, we often realize that we cannot listen to certain music anymore that we used to love. That is because we become oversensitive to those frequencies. As our own frequency rises, we do not resonate with certain music tunes anymore. Music expresses the unseen rhythm and energies of the universe. Music is vibration put into sound so we can hear and feel it. Music and sound can change vibes and therefore can be a major support in changing vibrational patterns. It can help to push old fears and energies to the surface for healing. Most of the music produced for the masses today is recorded on 440 Hz, which is a frequency in disharmony with the natural frequency on this planet, and creates a constant disharmony with our body. 440 Hz supports the left brain, rational thinking, logic, while 432 Hz is opening the right brain, intuition, feeling. The introduction of 440 Hz as concert standard goes back into Nazi times. Without wanting to open up a conspiracy discussion, it was certainly useful to the rulers at this time for people to be in their left brain functions. While 432 Hz music in general has a very calming effect and is perfectly for relaxing and grounding, as it is in line with the natural frequency. Music at 528 Hz is the heightened frequency of the heartbeat, of the higher dimensions and of unconditional love. 528 Hz music is perfect to bring up old pain to surface to release it. Once you have cleared everything out, 528 Hz music is supporting to connect to the higher dimensions and to unconditional love. Me, for myself, I can say I don't like to listen to the radio, for example. Sometimes I do because I'm in a situation with other people, then I listen to it. But me, for myself, I wouldn't choose to listen to. I have my playlist and there is some music with 432 Hertz, for example, or 528 Hertz. And yeah, you can find that all over the internet, so it's no problem. There is also something like a converter, I think, for normal music to convert it into these Hertz frequencies, if you like. You can do your own research. Maybe I find the converter, then I will put the link below. So number 10, keep your power. The awakening process can be very confusing, upsetting and painful. This leads us to have more questions than answers, and our logical brain and ego wants answers fast. It is more than tempting to ask others for advice. Get psychic readings to find out more about your situation and the next steps we should take. There is one big issue with that though. We are giving our power away to others. We make ourselves dependent again. Awakening is about self-love and trusting our own abilities. It is only our ego searching for these answers outside. Through our heart, we are connected to collective consciousness, to the source, the universe, God, whatever you want to call this higher intelligence we are all part of. To truly become enlightened and awakened, you have to go within, find your own light, your own truth. The only guru you need is you. Of course, that does not mean to make it on your own and not reaching out at all. It is important to connect and share with others to realize you are not alone and to find your own path and your tribe. Nevertheless, a good teacher guide only gives you the tools, not the solution. He or she asks the right questions and is not giving the answers. Sharing. Share your love, your experiences, your concerns with other like-minded people. Find your tribe that gets you and vice versa. Sharing is a wonderful way of redirecting energies into something useful. Even smallest things like thanking a waiter or holding someone the door will change the energy quickly. Number 12. Grounding and rebalancing in nature. Nature is healing. That is where we come from. We have more in common with nature than we think. Because we are consistent mainly of water, so does nature. And water has a wonderful characteristic. It communicates and transports information quickly. The smaller amount of water adapts to the larger amount of water. So, when we are walking barefoot through grass or a forest, when we hug trees, we take a swim or just put our feet into natural water, we are surrounded with the natural frequency, which is carried as data by the water in the grass, the trees, the lakes, the sea, the rivers. When our systems and cells are in chaos because we had a bad day, a fight, an emotional breakout, spiraling thoughts, etc., getting in touch with nature, water rebalances us quickly into the natural frequency, as we, as the smaller part of water, adapt to the bigger one. Second best option, take a sea salt bath at home, or program the water before bathing in it with 432 Hz sounds. Just let a song play, there are plenty on YouTube and Spotify, in the bathroom, before you enter the bath tube. Watch children. Number 13. Watch children. We can learn so much from our children. Just watch them play. They are completely in the now and not worrying about yesterday or tomorrow. Maybe you are even brave enough to play yourself. Sit in a swing, build a sandcastle, or play Boy Scouts and go exploring. Number 14. Don't try, allow. No matter what you do, practice to let go of control and let things unfold. Instead of making concrete plans, just know what you want. The universe will take care of the how. Go with the flow and trust that you will get what you wish for or something better. And the last one, number 15. Find correlations and get to know your system. In general, on all healing levels, always look for correlations. What makes you think, feel, or experience body symptoms or emotions in a certain way? Observe your environment and what is going on with other people around you, or on the planet, or in the universe. You might find out that the fatigue you are experiencing comes from too many people around you, or an EMF field close by, or your nervousness always starts after having eaten a certain food. Your sudden emotional breakout might be caused by earthquakes or solar flares. Finding these correlations takes the drama out of the equation, and you can appreciate your body as a radar system that gives you clues about the energies around you. So, you will find a couple of helpful links under the article of Vera. I will put the link to the article below. There are links, for example, to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, so where you can check them if they are happening, if they are ongoing. Then links for astrology and energy forecasts. Then you have solar activity and geomagnetic storms. You can also check out. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the article. I find that Vera really is every time like on point, and she really puts things like in a clear way. It's, yeah, I'm really thankful for that, and I hope you enjoy listening to it. And if you do, please subscribe to my channel, Soul Readings, where I read articles that I find helpful in the Ascension process. And yeah, there will be also a lot of articles from the wakeupexperience.eu from Vera Ingeborg, because I find her really helpful, her work. So yeah, much love, and see you soon. Bye.